Welcome to Deep Thought. Stay calm to see the big picture. Now, this is deeply about really thinking. Because I'm going to tell you something now, because, if you watch the news or even social media, you only get one side of the story depending on who you're dealing with. Like, objectivity is pretty much gone out the door. And then, especially politically. Now, I ain't going to get into the political stuff. I don't want any political conversations, but I don't see the objectivity anymore. There was a time when I was younger and there were fewer channels, things were more objective. You don't see that anymore. And that's with anything. I don't care what you're looking at, it's objective. I mean, it's not objective. I wish it was objective, or at least try to be. There's nothing really, if you're dealing with human beings, nothing's really objective, but at least I try to be. At least try to look at both sides of a story, a situation. But you don't have that anymore. You have propaganda. In fact, federal agents, they'll tell you it's propaganda. Intelligence agents, law enforcement agents, they'll tell you, oh, it's nothing but propaganda. I'm going to tell you what. One of the things with that propaganda is to get you caught up emotionally, is to get you caught up in one side or the other. It's to stir your emotions, because when people get caught up in their emotions, they don't really think about stuff. They don't really see stuff. They see whatever that emotion does. It could be good or bad. Like if you have like a news program reporting on something, people generally going to see it both one way or the other. They either going to agree with it, their emotions going to be like, yeah, or their emotions going to be like, see it as a bad thing, and they're still like, yeah. And they'll keep going with it. Of course, the economic days, as well as the political days, maybe even the spiritual days, are making some money off of it. But no matter what it is out there, try to see the big picture, no matter what it is. Even if it's something that initially you think might not be for you, might be going against you. Sit back. I've talked about this before, and this is one thing on Deep Thought I want y'all to think about, to always think. Now, in order to really think about something, look at the big picture. I don't care what it is. Yeah, you're going to have to do some research, but stay calm. I don't care what it is. Be like, okay. Even if initially you hear something or see something that might be initially against what you might believe in. Okay, that's cool. You should take a stand on something. You should have beliefs. You should have something that you would go against. There's nothing wrong with that. But then try to sit back and say, okay, what's the other side of this? Like, sit back, just be calm though. You gotta be calm, because if you're emotionally like, you're not gonna figure it out. You will get deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. Try to sit back, chill, maybe not even like deal with it at first. Say, oh, okay, I see this happening. Let me sit on it. The elders would say, let me sleep on it. See, they really knew. They ain't just jump up with something and really say something. Don't get upset. Just try to say, okay, let me see the other side of it. Now, you might see the other side and you might not agree with what you see. Okay, that's cool, as long as you stay calm. You looked at the big picture. Even if it's something you agree with, look at the big picture of it, right? Because there's a lot of stuff happening out there. But if you see the big picture, you're like, well, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna say what it is, but there's some things I'm like, I kind of agree with them on it. Okay, there's some things I don't like happening, but then there's some things, okay, I'm good with what they're doing. I can see it. I'm not upset over it. It looks bad on one angle, but if you look at the bigger picture, it's like, it's something that needed to happen. It's something that needed to happen. That's one thing I always do, and I don't care. Even if somebody come up and say, well, yeah, they are doing this or they are doing that. I'm like, okay. I'm taking the information in, but then I'm looking at the other side. And then I might agree with whoever gave me the information after I seen the other side. It's like, oh, yeah, I looked at this, and this. But But, and that's a big old but. And I don't mean a booty either, but a big old B-U-T. But I see this other part here. I see this happening. And see, this is something that needs to be addressed. Or sometimes you look at the big picture, you see something that's not talked about, you be like, well, hold up. How come they not talking about this? Or how come they not talking about this? Because sometimes sometimes the theys especially, they will tell you one thing to distract you. But when you see the big picture, you see, oh, wait a minute, they're not talking about this, are they? Wait a minute, hold up. Because like I said, with the news, even social media now, it's a lot of propaganda. Indeed, even on social media, I've heard about people being paid to present certain things. They get money directly from certain days to present certain things. So even there, you got to be like, even when your favorite social media person, look at the big picture. That's why I've constantly said, no matter what I talk about, even myself, no matter what I talk about, explore it for yourself, research it for yourself. Because one, you might see something I didn't see. Two, I could be making a mistake. And you don't know what I'm presenting. You don't know. You just know I'm on here. Hell, I could be getting paid by the days. And I'm serious on that. That's why I always say, go research it for yourself. No matter what I talk about, anybody talks about, no matter how cool they are with you. But even when you're exploring, don't look at it from one side, look at it from the other side. Like whenever I'm coming up with an idea, I always look at the other side of it. I was like, oh, okay, this is what I want to do. Let me look at the other side. Let me look at the big picture. Who will this affect? Who will this not affect? And then when I look at the big picture and say, oh, okay, this is what could be a positive side. This is what a negative side is. Okay, the positive way outweigh the negative. Okay, fine. And sometimes I'll say, nah, the negative outweigh the positive. Okay, let me do something else. Because trust me, I keep ideas in my head. And there's plenty of times I didn't do something because I saw the problem. But then that's how I would solve problems too, because I'm looking at the entire picture, I've talked about used the example before of different species, right? Like if you have a lizard or something, they only see their immediate area, right? They only see their immediate picture. Ants might see, or insects will see a bit more. And then a bird sees, they see a way bit more. Always try to look at it like a bird, try to see everything. Everything. I'm seeing everything on the ground, everything. That's how you have to be. But the best way to do it is to stay calm. Don't get upset, because what's happening when you have your emotions get in there, you get stuck. You get stuck in a certain place. You don't want to do that. You want to always stay calm so you can see everything going on, so you can see the big picture, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. And I'll get back with you. Peace and blessings.